I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.
Lucky 7 Tattoo is the hottest shop in town. They have it all, the cleanest and most advanced sterilization equipment techniques and training. They also have the best artists and friendliest staff in town. Come in and experience the difference and don't settle for less than the best. You don't want a good tattoo, you want the best, and the only place to get that is Lucky 7 Tattoo, 210 South Gloucester Street in Tupelo. Don't be fooled by gimmicks. Anyone can say they are the best, but Lucky 7 can prove it. They also offer the finest body piercing facility and technicians in the South. Lucky 7 Tattoo, 210 South Gloucester Street in Tupelo. They have artists on hand that can draw your dream tattoo and thousands of designs to choose from. They also accept all competitors' coupons. You wanted the best, you got the best. Lucky 7 Tattoo, 210 South Gloucester Street in Tupelo.
Get fit, get healthy, and get the body you want with CrossFit Tupelo. CrossFit Tupelo is so confident it will work for you that it's willing to offer you your first 7 days free, a free training session with a CrossFit coach, and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Yeah, you heard it right. If you don't see results in 60 days with CrossFit Tupelo, you get your money back. Call CrossFit Tupelo right now at 662-304-2335. That's 662-304-2335. 662-304-2335. Call today to find out how you could be on your way to getting the body you want, guaranteed, or your money back with CrossFit Tupelo. 734 Center Street off of South Gloucester in Tupelo. Search for CrossFit Tupelo on Facebook. Like the page and find out more about CrossFit Tupelo.
Looking for that perfect hideaway? Looking for somewhere to get the coldest beer in town? Or even a mixed drink special? Well, then look no further than Bushwhacker Sports Bar and Grill, located at 209 East Water Street in Baldwin. All you got to do is just come have a great time and bring all your friends, because you don't want to have a beer alone. And when you come into Bushwhackers, they make you feel at home. With Fish's Karaoke every Thursday night and live music on Friday and Saturdays. And if you get hungry while you're at Bushwhacker, the grill is open and they've also got pool tables. So if you're looking for somewhere you and the guys can go hang out, or just a relaxing place to hear some good local music, then look no further than Bushwhacker Sports Bar and Grill. You can call them at 662-365-5527 for any information that you need. It's Bushwhacker Sports Bar and Grill in Baldwin, the home of Just One More. Saturday, August the 11th, it's the Dixie Thunder Music Fest, with performances by Brian Randall, Cody Riddle, Jamie Davis, David Duncan, and much, much more at Bushwhackers.
Bud Light presents Real American Heroes.
Real American heroes.
Today we salute you, Mr. Giant Foam Finger Maker.
Mr. Giant Foam Finger Maker.
Without you, our teams would be in 6th or 7th place and feel as if they were in 6th or 7th place.
Can you feel it?
Carefully, you craft uncanny representations of actual human hands so that we may wave them annoyingly in the faces of our rivals.
In your face.
They're enormous, yes, yet one size fits all. Brilliant.
Raise them to the sky now.
So crack open a nice cold Bud Light, Mr. Foam Finger Maker, and know we speak for sports fans everywhere when we say, no, you're number one.
Giant foam finger maker.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Ladies and gentlemen of Northeast Mississippi, thanks for tuning in to the best podcast in the known universe, possibly the multiverse. My name's Djmp, and I'll be your host on the show on a Wednesday right here on the Djmp Show, part of the DB Network. Right now, I want to give a big shout out to our new sponsors. That's right, we're getting popular and shit. We got sponsors. That's what's up. Big shout out to CrossFit in Tupelo. That's where you need to go if you're like me and you're getting a little husky. You need to go get your exercise on. Be sure you go check out our good friends over at CrossFit in Tupelo. They got ways to get you in shape. According to the interview that I heard and what I've seen and witnessed, it's a lot like a P90X or something like that. They don't focus on one thing in particular. They do a variety of workouts. It's a lot, probably like football training. You got to lift weights, run, do calisthenics, and all kind of stuff. Anyway, big shout out to CrossFit in Tupelo, one of our new sponsors, and Jax's favorite location on planet Earth, Bushwhackers Sports Bar and Grill. Go check them out. I think they're open like every night. It's like one of the best places to party. Good old boys in Mississippi. Everybody. It's fun for the whole family if you're over 18 at Bushwhackers Sports Bar in Baldwin. Also, and a big shout out to Lucky 7 Tattoos in Tupelo. Right over by Costume World across the tracks at the 4-way on Gloucester Street. Lucky 7 Tattoos, the absolute best place to get a tattoo on planet Earth, and I've got the ink to prove it. Be sure you check that out. Lucky 7 Tattoos in Tupelo. And a big shout out to my favorite cold beer, the only cold beer, Budweiser. Budweiser, now corporate sponsor of the DB Network and the Djmp Show. We appreciate you, Budweiser. And don't forget, Budweiser says, drink responsibly. And last but not least out there, corporate sponsors, want to give a big shout out to Tube Driven Entertainment and Max for coming on board with us. These guys are putting on some of the best shows in Tupelo. Be sure you check them out on Facebook. It's Tube Driven Entertainment, now an official sponsor of the DB Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Djmp Show today on a Wednesday. Here's what's coming up for you today. We got 10 ways to know if you are out of touch with reality. A lot of people out there, come on. I don't know what's going on, or if you're going nuts, or if they're putting something in the water, or what's going on, but there's some people out there that are out of touch with reality. We got a checklist for you. 10 ways to know if you are out of touch with reality. That's coming up on the show today. Also, we're going to be talking about some controversial stuff for you. Mr. James Holmes, the motherfucker that shot up the theater at the Batman movie, fucking piece of shit. Well, there's some doctors out there that think that he might have been a little nuts, and they're trying to blame his psychosis and his mind and shit. We got some audio from you on that. We'll see what you think. Email me after the show, and we might bring it up again. James Holmes, the Batman shooter, fucking piece of shit. We'll like to fucking beat your fucking ass, you motherfucker. Anyway, Mr. James Holmes, we're gonna play a little audio from a doctor that thinks he might have just been crazy, and it's not just him. Who knows? Fuck. Bad situation. My heart goes out to the families out there that had to deal with this shit while they were trying to watch a movie. You can't do shit no more. You can't go see a movie or nothing. Also, we're gonna be talking about the new Breaking Dawn movie. Finally, the finale. Breaking Dawn Part 2. That's coming out in November. And I don't know if you're like me. I think I'm just excited that it's finally gonna be over with, but I gotta admit that after the second movie, I accidentally got sucked into it, and I like it. Fuck! I said it. I admitted it. I like the Twilight Saga. I thought it was gay at first. I was real skeptical that first one, but they picked it up. They made it interesting, and I guess I like the sparkly fucking vampires, okay? I'm gonna go watch it. I'm gonna be finished with it in November. I'm going to see Breaking Dawn Part 2, and then I'm gonna be through with Twilight forever. I think I'm gonna even burn the DVDs and forget it and put it behind me. Kind of like that one time at band camp that you don't tell anybody about.
Bud Light presents Real American Heroes.
Real American heroes.
Today we salute you, Mr. Giant Foam Finger Maker.
Mr. Giant foam finger maker.
Without you, our teams would be in 6th or 7th place and feel as if they were in 6th or 7th place.
Can you feel it?
Carefully, you craft uncanny representations of actual human hands so that we may wave them annoyingly in the faces of our rivals.
In your face.
They're enormous, yes, yet one size fits all. brilliant.
Raise them to the sky now.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, Mr. Foam Finger Maker, and know we speak for sports fans everywhere when we say, no, you're number one.
Giant foam finger maker.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
That's a big shout out to Budweiser Beer, the best beer on planet Earth, in the whole universe, in any bar. And the coldest beer, of course, is at Bushwhacker Sports Bar and Cherry's Gentlemen's Club in Corinth. That's a big shout out to Budweiser. Right now, how about your Mansers moment of the day? What we got coming at you is the biggest object ever stuck in someone's ass.
Some guys get drunk and do it on a dare. Others get too crazy with a kinky chick. They shove something where the sun don't shine. And if it's too big, it ain't coming out by itself. What's the biggest thing someone has ever gotten stuck in their ass? People have crammed all kinds of crazy crap in their crappers. And when it gets stuck, they all go to the same place.
The cases that I've dealt with, the patients have usually done this for mostly sexual gratification or part of a dare. Usually they're inebriated.
Not only have ER docs peered up plugged poop chutes, they pulled out pretty much everything.
Eyeglasses, stones, eggs, axe handle, zucchinis, you name it.
But what's the biggest object that's ever been found up the poop canyon? According to the Annals of Emergency Medicine, ER docs in West Virginia once had to find a way to extract a light bulb from a dude's ass without shattering it. So is that the biggest sphincter stuffer? No way! In Western Romania, a patient checked into a medical clinic with a can of hairspray jammed up their brown beauty parlor. It might be the most stylish thing ever stuck up a sinkhole, but it ain't the largest. The biggest thing someone has ever parked in their rear entrance is... a bowling pin!
A patient was recently treated in China with a bowling pin in the lower rectum.
According to the National Institutes of Health, the average adult rectum is 8 inches long. According to the United States Bowling Congress, a standard bowling pin is 15 inches tall, 4 3/4 inches wide, and weighs 3 pounds 6 ounces. Talk about a gutter ball! What's the biggest thing someone has ever gotten stuck in their ass?
The largest thing that's ever been recorded as being retained or stuck at someone's rectum is a 3-pound, 15-inch bowling pin.
Damn! You just never know what kind of junk you'll find in a guy's trunk.
Wow, that's a hell of a way to set a record with the biggest object ever stuck in someone's ass on your Mansers moment of the day. I think somebody in prison needs to go ahead and break that record on Mr. James Holmes' ass, the Batman shooter, you motherfucking piece of shit. Wow. How about we go ahead and get a little information from Bo Cephas? We got your Bo Cephas tip of the day right now. Hello, my name's Bo Cephas, and we got the redneck Bo Cephas sex tip of the day for the ladies. Check it out. One good way to get yourself an orgasm is to lay on your back on your Chevrolet pickup truck and butt naked and put your legs up in the air like a TV antenna and go through the drive-through car wash. Now, make sure, ladies, that you got somebody driving your car, because you can't do this one by yourself, okay? You got to have somebody that you don't mind seeing your ass naked drive the truck, okay? But get on the truck, on the hood of the truck, butt naked, with your vaginas up in the air and your feet going out like a TV antenna on the old TVs, or like the one I still got, and then go through the drive-through car wash, okay? Not the one with just the sprayers. You got to go through the one which got the big ass brush that goes in a circle and shit. You got to have that one, okay? Go through the car wash, and don't get the $10 car wash. All you need is a $5 one. Put your legs up in the air, get your vaginas up there. Make sure that brush hit your clitoris on your vaginas, and you're gonna get yourself a $5 orgasm in about 30 seconds, okay? We appreciate you tuning in to Djmp Show. My name's Bo Cephas, and I got a little bit of a coughing problem today. I've been smoking a lot of cigarettes. We appreciate you tuning in. It's the Bo Cephas tip of the day. Bo Cephas, you gotta be crazy. Ain't nobody gonna do that shit. Well, I tell you what, I've got a $5 bill if anybody wants to try it and send me a video, okay? If you get off that way, you send me a video, I'll pay for the shit, ladies. Damn, how about another commercial?
Looking for that perfect hideaway? Looking for somewhere to get the coldest beer in town? Or even a mixed drink special? Well, then look no further than Bushwhacker Sports Bar and Grill, located at 209 East Water Street in Baldwin. All you got to do is just come have a great time and bring all your friends, because you don't want to have a beer alone. And when you come into Bushwhackers, they make you feel at home. With Fish's Karaoke every Thursday night and live music on Friday and Saturdays. And if you get hungry while you're at Bushwhacker, the grill is open and they've also got pool tables. So if you're looking for somewhere you and the guys can go hang out, or just a relaxing place to hear some good local music, then look no further than Bushwhacker Sports Bar and Grill. You can call them at 662-365-5527 for any information that you need. It's Bushwhacker Sports Bar and Grill in Baldwin, the home of Just One More. Saturday, August the 11th, is the Dixie Thunder Music Fest, with performances by Brian Randall, Cody Riddle, Jamie Davis, David Duncan, and much, much more at Bushwhackers.
That's a great big old DB network shout out to the best bar in the area, Bushwhackers Sports Bar and Grill in Baldwin, Mississippi. Jack's on the Rocks, home away from home. Be sure you check it out. They got the coldest beer anywhere at Bushwhackers Sports Bar. All right, it's time for the controversial subject of the day. James Holmes, was he mentally ill? Do you wish he dropped dead or died of ball cancer right now? We got some audio, a doctor talking about this situation, trying to decide whether or not he's mentally ill and blah, 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 and all the shit they're going to try to do to get him out of it. And I'm pretty sure we all wish he would drop fucking dead. Listen to this and see what you think.
To explain the Colorado mass shootings. More psychologists are starting to look at the roots of mental illness, particularly in those who are young. Elizabeth Bernstein, she writes our Bonds Relationship column, and she has also been reporting on some of these issues for many years. Elizabeth, you've been exploring this now. Let's just say up front, though, what we know and don't know about James Holmes, who is suspected of killing 12 people, wounding 58 others in Aurora, Colorado in the Batman shooting. We were looking at him in court earlier this week. We know very little. In fact, we know that we don't know that there's anything suspicious about yet, whether tests have been made about whether he is suffering from mental illness. The one thing we do know is that he mailed a notebook with drawings of a massacre to a University of Colorado psychiatrist. That's according to law enforcement officials. Now, in terms of the reporting you've been doing, what do we know about the onset of mental illness with young people?
Well, you're right. We don't know much about what made James Holmes do what he did, about his mental illness, if at all he has one, or his background. We do know this morning that his jailers are saying he's claiming amnesia. He doesn't know why he's in jail. But why do people do this? Well, the onset of mental illness, he's actually in the age range for it. It's in males, it's 15 to 25 is the peak age. In females, it goes a little later, 15 to 30. So we know that he's in that range, and people are looking very carefully, obviously, at it.
What are some of the warning signs? I mean, I think that's what people always say, you know, how could we have known? You hear very little of that, you know, with James Holmes so far, but maybe that's yet to come. But just in general, what people look out for?
People want to know what makes a young person go off the rails, and is it different than a moody teen? How do you tell the difference? So if you are worried about someone, what you want to look for is a lot of change in behavior. You want to look at their withdrawing from friends, from academics, from work, from anything they like, any hobby or sports interest they have, if their appearance is becoming disheveled, if they're certainly if their thinking is becoming dysfunctional, if they're not quite coherent anymore. You want to look at all of that, and those are huge warning signs. Their sleep patterns, their eat patterns. If someone's really changing, you really want to take a look at it.
Now, Elizabeth, you've been reporting on mental health for a long time for us and talked to a lot of psychologists, psychiatrists. There are obviously serious classified mental illnesses, schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, manic depressive disorder. Not all of these, though, cause people to do the kinds of horrific things that James Holmes did. And I wonder if the psychologists you talk to have ever said that evil itself is a psychological disorder.
You know, I haven't heard that. That's a really interesting question. But they certainly do say, the psychiatrists and psychologists say one thing: not all mentally ill people are violent. In fact, the vast majority of them are not. And also, not all of this incomprehensible violence is perpetrated by somebody who has a mental illness. So there is a separate from mental illness and all the ones you mentioned, there's a profile of a loner who is not out of touch with reality, but who actually is just angry, anarchic, and wants revenge. And that is different than onset of mental illness, and they're looking at that. They always look at both of those in these cases. And for example, in Columbine, with 2 shooters, one was mentally ill, very, very depressed. One was a sociopath and not. So though he had some mental illness, but they really believed in the end he did this sort of out of a rage.
All right. Well, everybody, of course, in the hunt for answers for this, they may or may not never come. As you said, I believe you said James Holmes is now claiming amnesia. Is that correct?
Yeah, he is.
All right. Elizabeth Bernstein will keep coming to you for explanations on this. This terrible tragedy doesn't even do the words for it. Thank you for being with us.
So the doctor seems to think there's a chance he was mentally ill or whatever. And, you know, I think it was premeditated. Yes, I think he's crazy. I wish he would drop fucking dead. I wish the shit would have never happened. And my heart goes out to the family members out there. Tell me what you think. Shoot me an email, djmp69@hotmail.com, and let me know. I'll tell you what, let's do this. Send me what you think. Was he crazy, mentally ill? Did he do it on purpose? Was it premeditated? And also, I want you to tell me 3 ways you wish you could kill the motherfucker, or that you wish he would die. 3, describe them. 3 excruciating, terrible ways that you wish this man would die, and we'll put them on the show next week. That was your segment on James Holmes, the fucking piece of shit Batman shooter that I wish would drop fucking dead and not even have a chance to live off the government in prison with free food and health care for the rest of his life. Please just execute the motherfucker. Don't make us pay taxes to keep this piece of shit alive.
Lucky 7 Tattoo is the hottest shop in town. They have it all, the cleanest and most advanced sterilization equipment techniques and training. They also have the best artists and friendliest staff in town. Come in and experience the difference, and don't settle for less than the best. You don't want a good tattoo, you want the best, and the only place to get that is Lucky 7 Tattoo, 210 South Gloucester Street in Tupelo. Don't be fooled by gimmicks. Anyone can say they are the best, but Lucky 7 can prove it. They also offer the finest body piercing facility and technicians in the South. Lucky 7 Tattoo, 210 South Gloucester Street in Tupelo. They have artists on hand that can draw your dream tattoo and thousands of designs to choose from. They also accept all competitors' coupons. You wanted the best, you got the best. Lucky 7 Tattoo, 210 South Gloucester Street in Tupelo.
That's a big shout out to our good friends over at Lucky 7 Tattoos, the absolute best place to get a tattoo on planet Earth. Big shout out to Goat, who has hooked me up with the best ink I've ever had in my life, and Corey Armstrong. Me and that guy grew up. Corey Armstrong! Where the fuck you been, motherfucker? Holler at me. Shoot me a text message. Let me know how y'all doing over at Lucky 7 Tattoos, the best place to get a tattoo on planet Earth, over by Costume World on Gloucester in Tupelo. Be sure you check those guys out. Up next, right here on the DJMP show, we got Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2, the official trailer. You know, I was thinking about this. A lot of people out there have kind of stopped talking about Twilight a lot, and I think that's ironically kind of the why the sex scandal fucking happened. Do you ever think about that? Do you not think that these people do this shit on purpose to get us talking about them? And look, it's worked. I got them on my podcast. They sucked me in. I fell for it, and I don't even know what it is. For some reason, I like this shit. Is it kind of like you have to like it because it's in your face so much for so long? Yes, Twilight sucked me in. Like I said earlier, I was skeptical after the first one, and I started watching this shit, and now I like it, and I want to see the last one, and I'm going, and it's happening in November, the last Breaking Dawn movie, or Twilight Saga movie, whatever. I don't even know that much about it. I don't even have to talk about it. They got hot vampire chicks, they got werewolves, and shit, and hopefully, unlike the book, because see, Morgasm read the whole book series or whatever, and, you know, I didn't get that far off into it. I haven't read the fuck book. But she read the books, and apparently, the Volturi and the Cullens are supposed to fight or something and have this epic battle at the end and all that kind of shit. But and then she says in the book that they're gonna fight, and then they don't fight, and she got pissed off. Well, I think they're gonna change the movie. I'm gonna call this one. I think they're gonna let the Cullens fight the Volturi for a little while until what's her name and dude get and what's Jared or whatever the hell his name is, until they get back, and then they have the other vampire that's half human and shit, and they call the fight off. I think they're gonna fight a little while, because if they don't fight after I sit in that fucking theater for 2 hours, I'm gonna be pissed. You better fight. Cullens, you better fight the fucking Volturi, or we're gonna be pissed, okay? Here's this clip. Here's the trailer. Here we go.
After 8 years of being utterly ordinary, I finally found I could shine. I was born to be a...
So you're the same temperature.
I didn't expect you to seem so... You?
I have to report a crime. Cullens, they've done so terrible.
It's my daughter. So we think Renesmee is an immortal child.
She was born, not bitten. She grows every single day.
Oh my.
Maintaining our seed has never been more imperative.
What is it, Alice?
Volturi, they're coming for us.
If enough people knew the truth, maybe we could convince the Volturi to listen. My family's in danger. I need your help. We'll join you.
We'll stand with you.
A lot of red eyes around here.
I'll never let him.
You heard it right here on the Djmp show, Twilight Saga, Breaking Dawn, Part 2. That was audio from the official trailer, and it's coming out November 16th. Yeah, we're all getting together, we're all going, and we're going to be done with this shit. We're done with Twilight after this one, finally, okay? And according to the preview right here, it looks like the Cullens recruit like a fucking army of vampires, and they're going to fight the Volturi. And according to Morgan, who read the books, Bella's daughter's got these powers and shit, and she's got powers and shit that can block other people's powers and shit. So, you know, I think they're gonna have a chance. We'll see how it goes down on the Djmp show, Twilight Breaking Dawn, and we appreciate you tuning in with us. Let's go ahead and give a big shout out to our friends over at CrossFit in Tupelo, the only place to get your fat ass in shape